Good afternoon everyone. Today I'm going to be giving an update on my monthly silver forecast, which was published a few weeks ago on the channel. As you may know, commodities were under pressure in March, and in that video I was looking for evidence that the tide could be turning. Roll the clock forward to now and we are threatening to break really key highs at around 26.6. As always, I'm going to be giving my opinion on where we could see this commodity heading, with a balanced forecast tying in both fundamentals and technicals. Okay, so on the fundamentals side, I think we really have to watch out for what's happening in the US dollar at the moment. Now, there's not too many fundamentals specifically for silver that I've seen. Now, the silver market is dollar denominated, as we know, and there's no doubt that this continued bearish outlook in the US dollar that we've seen in April will continue to be supportive for silver prices. Now, if you look at the dollar index chart popping up on my screen now, you can see my views on it, and they're probably not the most popular views. Price looks to be forming a bottom at around 90.8. The recent 1 hour order block, which I marked out, looks to be a liquidity grab. You can see we've whipped just below it and taken those lows and moved higher quite impulsively. Now, lots of inefficiency also to fill to the upside, and it looks like it's created a higher low as well. Tie this in with the fact that the volatility index is starting to pick up. We could see a shift back to dollar strength, which I know, as I said, is not the most popular opinion at the moment, but I'm just reading what the chart is telling me and my way of trading. Now, the obvious other fundamental to look for is the 10-year US Treasury yields. The recent price action in yields is one of the reasons silver has climbed more than 8.5% in this month. As the slip in Treasury yields, it always opens the door for commodities to gain, like gold and silver, as I mentioned yesterday in the gold video. Now, yields are something we need to monitor throughout the month to see whether we're going to continue to go to the downside, or most likely that it's a minor correction, and in the next few weeks we could see yields rise more. Just on a quick note, do not forget the big boost in the form of the infrastructure-focused stimulus announcement by President Biden. As we know, silver has many applications in industry, and this announcement, I think, really set the tone for the silver market, and I think holds strong still now. It's still relevant. So listen out for any news on size and timings in the next month before I do the next video, as these could be crucial as well. Okay, so I'm looking at the chart now, and one of the first things, if not the first thing that I noticed, was these moving average lines that I've got on my chart now. I've got the 50-day moving average, the 100-day moving average, and the 200-day moving average. And as you can see, this candle from yesterday has now meant that we have closed above both all three of them, but we was already above the 200-day moving average. We've also closed above the 100-day moving average with that candle firmly above the 50-day moving average as well, which is a really bullish sign actually. Now, what I'm looking for, we're at a really critical level, and I mentioned this at the start, because before that, I'm looking at this candle here, and as you can see, if we ignore the price action recently and just focus on that, we actually run down and we broke this low and this low, and this was around when the dollar was having that nice run, and I'll just mark that as our break of structure. So from my method of trading, I'm looking at this area as a potential selling opportunity, and as you can see, if I zoom right in, you might not be able to see it on the chart, but as you can see, we've just wicked into this level. Now, what I'm thinking is that we're going to go running through it and break straight through it. If on a lower time frame we can get a clean break of structure on maybe the 1 hour chart or the 4 hour chart, or even maybe down into the 30-minute chart, then I still think these sells are valid. And what it would mean is, it would mean that this is a what I like to call a liquidity grab, which I'll just mark if I can find it. There you go. Potential. I'll put potential. And this kind of does tie in nicely with the dollar outlook that I had on the chart at the moment. Alternatively, this is a load of rubbish, and we break straight through this level, and if I remove my drawings, we break this high here, which was our recent bearish order block. We run through today and we break this high, then I'll be looking for buyers, and I'll be looking for this area as our buying zone, as our point of interest, as our daily order block, whatever you'd like to call it. And the reason I would do that is because as well, we have this bullish impulse. This candle would be closed above, and it would also mean a test of the 50 and the 100-day moving average, which are looking to maybe move upwards as well with the price action. Looking at take profit levels potentially for if we're looking to buy this market, I wouldn't look much further than these highs here around 28.3 as our daily take profit levels, which would still be a nice return. Because if we got an entry from here on the daily chart, and we look and we run up and we test it, we're around a 5R trade. That's without any refinement. So that's what I'm looking for potentially. If we can continue this dollar weakness, that's what I'm looking for. If the dollar can flip around today, it has performed a bit better today, then I'm looking for sells from this bearish order block zone here with our daily take profit down at the lows at around 23.7. Okay, so that's what I see on the daily chart. Now, on the 4-hour chart, it's a lot cleaner right now. As you can see, we had this bottom here around 23.8. We run up, we formed a new higher low. We run up and broke structure again. We've since then barely corrected, and then we've gone up to break again. So there's a couple of levels I'm looking for. As you can see, we're trading quite significantly above all the moving averages I've got on my chart. And so I would look for price potentially to run into our order block around, where is this level? Around 25.9, around 26. I can mark it on there for you, 4 hour. You can see that price run up and broke structures, broke these highs here. So what I'd like price to do for me is I'd like it to run down into our 4-hour order block. I'd like to look for a break of structure on the lower time frame. So on the lower time frame, we probably look a bit more like this. Then we have our bullish impulse, and my profit levels would be up at around 26.6 as well. If I'm marking the long position from there, we're looking around a 3R trade. So some really nice risk reward opportunities showing for silver at the moment. I would only be looking to sell if price didn't do what I see here, but instead bosh right through it. Then I'll be looking for a retest of our breaker and then a price down, and maybe I'll take profits to test this 100-day moving average, which would probably be sitting at around 25.3. So that's what I'm seeing for silver at the moment. Well done if you got on this move, on this bullish move as well. I would have been looking to take partials after these candles that we see here. That'll be it for today, guys. I'll catch you all for the next video. Please like and subscribe and share this video with anyone who you think would benefit from it. Please drop any comments in the comment section on your opinions on silver. You can even message me. I'm getting some nice messages on my Instagram as well. Wanted to chat about the markets, which is great. Hope everyone has a great weekend, and I'll catch you all next week.